All right, pardon me. Speaking about the resident doctor strike now, they say that all the demands since June 15th, none has been addressed, apart from a few PPEs that have been provided. And then one wonders, how can that be?
That is not true. I can tell you that that is absolutely false. But let me start by saying first that I want to pay tribute to all the health workers, not just doctors, all the health workers that have put up very, gallant efforts, particularly at this COVID-19 pandemic period. Because this, particularly the frontline workers, be they cleaners working in the isolation centers or the treatment centers, workers, health workers in the emergency, accident and emergency centers, then of course in the various even border port health services, because they are the first line, people, workers, So I want to really applaud what they have done so far to bring us thus far. And secondly, is to say that it is regrettable that we're having this strike action at this point in time. But having said that, the third thing is I also want to thank doctors and the other health workers who are still able to maintain some skeletal services, particularly at the treatment centers, at the isolation centers, at the emergency, accident and emergency centers, in spite of all this. But having said that, now, one, you see, we should get the facts right. One, we have been able to pay the hazard or the COVID-19 inducement, we call it, because we had to suspend the hazard allowance for this period so that we can go into renegotiation after the... So what we said was that we were going to pay for 3 months, April, May, June. Now, we were able to pay April, May fully. June, part of it has been paid, but not fully paid. And it's because of what we all know happening in our economy, and these funds have to be sourced for one way or the other. And at the last count, we've been able to disburse close to 20 billion. And I repeat, close to 20 billion. So to say nothing has been done, that is not true.
If I could just follow up on that.
Now,
pardon me.
No,
so that you don't lose your train of thought.
I need to say it.
You will, but I just need to follow up on that particular point so we don't lose it as you say the second part of it. Because they say, first, hazard allowance that they've been seeking to amend that for almost 30 years. That is 5,000 naira. So is it the 5,000 naira that you say has been paid to some of those? And was it federal government that paid federal doctors, or has it been paid across board, including states? How did that? How was that carried out?
Now, you see, I mentioned earlier that we suspended the 5,000. You see, 5,000. What is 5,000? It's so paltry. This is something that has been in existence since 1992, 1993. So and that was why we had to suspend it for this period, so that we were now paying, starting from about 50% of the basic, 50% depending on where the point of operation is. That is, if you are working in the front line that I mentioned, you're working in the treatment center for COVID, or you're working at isolation. So we had to do the risk assessment. That if you are an account officer, that you are not working, you won't have the same. But we started the graduation from the front, which is 50% of their basic. So that was what we did regarding that, and we then scaled it down to other depending on our assessment of risk that each health worker faces at a given point in time. Now, so we've been able to do that for 2 months, April and May. June, we have started, but not complete. But we are still on it because of the limited funds available. And I just told you that so far, 20 billion has been expended for this. And of course, because of the shocks that we have in the economy, as well as, resulting in the lower earnings, we could not go the full hog, but we are still sourcing for that.